dial your operator. If you need help, then dial your operator.
Hello, I'm your host, Michael Duffy, with Season 1 of Call Me for Help.
Episode 13, QWERTY Keyboard Help!
Before you watch this YouTube video, make sure hackers aren't watching you watch it. Listen, I'm an IT consultant with over 5,000 clients all over Canada. 90% of them were vulnerable to hackers before working with me. My name is Michael Duffy, but my clients call me Mike the Nerd. That's because when I start working with them, they never worry about nerdy tech stuff ever again. Whether they're just an individual needing help with antivirus software, backups, tech support, or a multi-million-dollar enterprise needing help with monitoring and maintaining their networks, I helped 5,000 businesses eliminate their tech worries by backing up their data properly.
Hello, I am your host, Michael Duffy, a computer and cybersecurity expert. Is your PC or Mac irritating you? Don't throw it out the window. Instead, call me for help. Welcome, I am your host, Michael Duffy. The hacker term of the day is QWERTY. What is QWERTY? It's a keyboard layout for Latin script alphabets. The name comes from the order of the first 6 keys on the top left letter row of the keyboard. The QWERTY layout became popular with the success of the Remington No. 2 typewriter in 1878 and remains in ubiquitous use today. Yes, QWERTY came from typewriters before your keyboard. In the QWERTY layout, many more words can be spelled using only the left hand than the right hand. In fact, thousands of English words can be spelled using only the left hand, while only a couple hundred English words can be typed using only the right hand. Mike, do I need to be worried about hackers when using my QWERTY keyboard? Yes, of course. I recommend clients using a wired keyboard. They are more secure and never need troubleshooting. They also do not require power sources such as batteries. If you are alone and it is only your computer with a wireless keyboard, you should be safe. However, many clients like wireless keyboards since they are wireless and have less clutter. However, wireless keyboards are insecure and generally cause more headaches. I said they are insecure because they can be interfered with by someone close up to by 250 feet. Also, since they are wireless, they are prone to interference to other wireless keyboards in the same office. There are hacker videos on YouTube that show wireless keyboards getting compromised in public settings. Are you having typing problems with your device and keyboard? Send us an email, support@don'tgethacked.ca. Have a great one.
Wait, you want some more?
Hey, it's Mike. Welcome to Season 1, Episode 13, QWERTY Keyboards. So in this episode, we're just going to review the most common input technology we have to use today, which is a keyboard. We've used keyboards on computers forever, and now on mobile devices, we have touchscreen keyboards and wireless keyboards and all these keyboards, and everybody always seems to have a keyboard issue. So I'm just going to run down the most common issues there seems to be with keyboards, also include some samples of problems I've helped my customers with. So stay tuned. This is episode 13, season finale of season 1. Don't get hacked. Call me for help. Have you ever been frustrated with your keyboard?
Let's solve your common input errors. Common keyboard issues you're going to run into these days. Broken keys on your laptop or keyboard. Sticky keys. You've been using that keyboard for 10 years and all the food's got into it. It's nasty. Liquid spills. It happens. You're human. Liquid spills happen. USB dongle or your USB cable for your keyboard is broken. You can visually see it's broken. If you have any of those problems, broken keys, sticky keys, liquid spills, USB dongle or your USB cable's broken, have a backup keyboard. USB keyboard. You can buy it at any major retail store, like $10-20 for a replacement keyboard. Not a very big investment. Save your sanity. Get yourself a new keyboard. Easiest step to do. If you call me up and you say you have keyboard issues, I'm going to say, go order something off Amazon, go pick it up at Walmart, get yourself a new $10, $15, $20 USB keyboard for troubleshooting purposes, or maybe just upgrade to mine, right? Dead batteries. Make sure your keyboard, if it's wireless, is fully charged. Every time you put the batteries in, those batteries are only going to last like 3 to 6 months at most. And when's the last time you changed your batteries in your wireless keyboard? Yeah, that's what I thought. Make sure your keyboard is fully charged. Okay, less common keyboard issue. Your keyboard is in the wrong language. Windows users usually get tricked into this. When you're setting up your computer from scratch, you're typing in your language and your location. If you speak English, always choose US keyboard. If you choose Canadian or French or Spanish or some alternate version of a US English keyboard, you're gonna have funny characters. And we're gonna have to go into the control panel and change it back to American English. No Canadian English, no multilingual English, no. US keyboard, US input, US English. That's the keyboard you want to use on Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10, Windows 11. Save yourself hassle. Choose proper keyboard on laptop setup. Okay, another less common keyboard issue. On-screen keyboard or touchscreen keyboard is frozen or not responding. This could be your iPhone, your Android, your tablet, your touchscreen Windows laptop, an all-in-one computer. Any on-screen keyboard uses resources of that device. So if the device is not responding to your touch, turn it off. Wipe it down, make sure there's nothing sticky on it, make sure there's nothing pressing any buttons. Just make sure turn your device off that has that on-screen keyboard, turn it back on. If it's still glitching, software updates. Or do the software updates, then turn the device off for a while. Usually something is messing up with the touchscreen keyboard and it's very easy to troubleshoot it, but I know people panic and say, my keyboard's not working, I gotta get this done. Well, you know what? Take a breather, turn the device off. iPhone, Android, tablet, touchscreen, laptop, all-in-one, whatever it is, turn the device off, clean the screen, turn it back on, and let's see if we've saved you some hassle, right? All right. Okay, Mike, what type of keyboard troubleshooting requests do you get at Don'tGetHacked.ca? I had a client on vacation in Mexico in 2022. He traveled with a Microsoft Surface touchscreen tablet. Physical keyboard wouldn't respond, and the touchscreen keyboard became unresponsive. Watch this. As you can see, the screen just keeps flickering as something is causing an error. So the screen flickered whenever he used the built-in keyboard, as well as tried touching the touchscreen to activate the touch keyboard. Computer would not respond properly. Since the client did not have a spare USB keyboard with him since he was on vacation in Mexico, he had 4 options to attempt this repair. So his 4 options were leave it alone until he was back in Canada, but he had to waste some time since he couldn't work. He could attempt a factory reset it in Mexico. I was texting him, I was going to give him the steps to do it. No worries about factory resetting it because it's a burner laptop. He just uses it to connect to his VPN. This laptop can be erased. He could go find a repair person in Mexico, or he could go to the store and try to find a USB keyboard and see if the USB keyboard would bypass the Surface keyboard and on-screen keyboard glitches. So what did the client decide to do? The client decided to follow my steps. He did the factory resets and was able to at least use the Microsoft Surface tablet for his remaining days in Mexico. Then when he brought it back to Canada, I upgraded it to Windows 11, and now we've made sure the keyboard's not glitchy. So I'm assuming that keyboard glitch with the physical keyboard and then the touchscreen keyboard was purely software issues with Windows 10. So that's one repair. Each keyboard issue is different, but we're just going to review a bunch of issues and what the way to solve them are. All right? So what do we do in the case of a liquid spill on a keyboard of your laptop? Well, I get those requests as well. July 2020, liquid spill on MacBook. Dun dun dun. My number one rule is no liquids near your laptop. You are a human, you're gonna make mistakes. We don't want one of those mistakes to be spilling wine, water, beer, whatever liquid on your laptop. First step's gonna be turn it off, wipe up all that liquid spill with paper towel. Get it cleaned up, and then flip it upside down for like an hour or two. And then we're gonna have to take it apart to see if there's any damage to the motherboard in that laptop. This has happened to me before. A water bottle was spilled on a MacBook Air and it completely destroyed that MacBook. So Mike's number one rule, no liquids near laptops. Okay, so I've warned you, liquid spills happen every day. Here's a text message from a client regarding her liquid spill on her MacBook and what the end result ended up being. Hey, it's Rebecca from 10X. My daughter just spilled a full glass of wine on my MacBook Pro that has no Apple Care. I'm freaking out. Oh no, Apple Care wouldn't cover you anyway. Were you running any type of backup system? Her response, is it more important to turn it upside down or have rice? I left it upside for 15 minutes. I don't have anything saved. I don't do that. That's the good thing about Apple. It will need to be opened, I'm guessing, to clean it, or if I get air. My response, power it off. Wipe off any excess with a dry paper towel. I'm not convinced that the rice trick actually works. It will need to be opened to see if there's any wine that got in between the keyboard and the motherboard. I just got to Salmon Arm. I won't be back in Calgary till Saturday. The MacBook wouldn't turn on. I opened it up and here's what it looked like inside. Okay, so in the case of this brand new MacBook, there is still a bunch of wine droplets on the motherboard. You can visually see the motherboard damage. In this case, this computer, all those parts have to be repaired or replaced, and it's probably less expensive to just go buy a brand new computer. Brief history of keyboard technologies. Pre-1990, serial and parallel input-output technology. Do you remember how big the keyboards were back then? With serial and parallel connectors, you had to program the computer to tell it what was attached to each port. Keyboard, mouse, printer, whatever. The keyboard had to be plugged in to the computer before the computer was turned on. That included all of your peripherals. Everything had to be plugged in before you could turn anything on. And if anything stopped working, like your keyboard or mouse or printer or whatever, you would have to turn the device off, recheck your cables, return the computer on. If you still had a problem, turn the computer off, try a different keyboard, turn the computer back on to make sure you had a working keyboard. It's old school. Took a lot of time to troubleshoot. Okay, so it's bittersweet about these old technologies because when you had the keyboards with the big connector and they plugged in, well, there was only one spot that they plugged in, and as long as those connectors didn't get bent, those keyboards lasted forever. 1990 to today, the PS2 port, also called the 5-pin DIN, this worked with both keyboard and mouse. Still serial technology, but they went to little purple and green connectors, and one was for keyboard, one was for mouse. Again, easy to find the spot on the back of the computer to plug that little purple or green cable into, and those keyboards are literally indestructible as long as you kept the pins straight. And there was only one place to plug them into the back of the computer because it was color-coded, purple and green. Super easy. Since the PS2 technology, the purple and green connector, since it was still a 5-pinned in serial technology, the only way to troubleshoot is to turn off the computer. If your keyboard stopped working, you spilled liquid on it, whatever, you'd have to turn the computer off, disconnect the keyboard, clean the device, whatever, reconnect the keyboard, and make sure the keyboard's connected before you turn the computer on. If keyboard or mouse is not connected when the computer's turned on, you can't plug the keyboard and mouse in, they will not be detected. So serial technology, old style, and PS2, the new style, your keyboard and mouse would have to be plugged in to test it. If that stopped working, just go get a new keyboard and mouse, plug them, turn the computer off, plug them in, turn them on, cross your fingers, make sure everything works. If not, again, lengthy troubleshooting.
1996, the birth of USB technology. Plug and play, which meant the computer could already be turned on, booted to your desktop, and you could plug in a USB device at any point. So USB was invented to be this universal plug and play controller, and it is very convenient, but as you can tell, the cable only goes in one way, and this can lead to damage, breakage, and just troubleshooting woes. In 2003, Bluetooth wireless keyboards came out. So both Microsoft and Apple released the first wireless keyboards using Bluetooth technology. Benefits of using a Bluetooth wireless keyboard over a non-Bluetooth wireless keyboard. Main purpose for this is Bluetooth is encrypted, where other wireless keyboards using USB are not encrypted. The other perk with Bluetooth is there's no extra dongle or USB device to plug into your computer. Bluetooth is just built into the computer. Another great perk of Bluetooth is compatible with almost all devices today, so that includes all Apple products, including desktop computers and laptops. It includes smartphones and tablets. Also works with smart TV devices like Apple TVs and Rokus. Your most common troubleshooting step with Bluetooth keyboards is replacing the batteries or recharging the keyboard if it's dead. Sometimes they use batteries and sometimes it's a rechargeable battery. Gotta make sure keyboard's got a good charge. 2007 to today, we've been introduced to on-screen or touchscreen keyboards on laptops, on all-in-one computers, on phones, on tablets, and these have their own steps for troubleshooting. Okay, so how do we troubleshoot a touchscreen device that's not working properly? Shut the device off, clean the screen, reboot the device, and then make sure all the software updates are done. That generally fixes on-screen or touch keyboard problems. How was that? For more advice, book your Zoom tech session at Don'tGetHacked.ca.
Hello, we're the McLeans. We live in High River, Alberta. We lived in Calgary for 50 years when we engaged Michael 15 years ago. We've been satisfied for that long, and when Michael moved to Bicycle, Alberta, and we moved to High River, he still services us very well, if not by remote, by making the long trip from Bicycle to High River. We've just installed Windows 10 and are happy with that. No complaints here for 15 years.
Hi, Mike. Not sure what's going on with my Microsoft Surface. I can't get it to type and log me back into it after doing updates.
Thanks for the text. Your response has been sent.
Hi, Mark. That's too bad to hear about your Microsoft Surface. That it was doing updates and now the physical keyboard doesn't work. Now, since it's a touchscreen tablet, you'll want to detach the physical keyboard and touch anywhere on the screen and see if you can get the on-screen keyboard to show up and see if that is also unresponsive like the magnetic physical keyboard. Perhaps you can try rebooting it a couple times to see if there's any more Windows 10 updates that need to finish installing before the keyboard starts to work. And alternatively, I suggested that you travel with a USB keyboard. You can get miniature USB keyboards or roll-up USB keyboards. A physical USB keyboard is going to generally always work with your computer device, where magnetic physical keyboards and touchscreen keyboards can be glitchy sometimes in their software updates that are still installing. Let me know if you need any more assistance with your Microsoft Surface. Have a great day.